So, when you think of Thailand, what comes to mind? Probably incredible food, right? Beautiful beaches, maybe some ancient temples. But today, we're going to look past all that and dive into a really fascinating economic puzzle that's hiding just beneath the surface.
Okay, look at this number, 19. Since 1932, that's how many military coups, either successful or attempted, Thailand has gone through. Now, for most countries, that level of political chaos would be absolutely crippling. And yet,
Thailand's economy hasn't just managed to survive, it has in many ways actually thrived. And that's the central mystery we're going to unravel today. How in the world can an economy be so resilient when there's constant political turmoil? I mean, it seems to fly in the face of all logic, but, as you'll see, there are some very clear reasons why.
Right, so to get to that answer, we first have to understand the instability itself, because it's not just random chaos, there's a real pattern to it, a cycle that's pretty much defined the country for decades. Now, what's so interesting about this slide is the contrast. You see all these huge political disruptions, coups, financial crises, popular uprisings, and yeah, each one causes a little dip, a moment of real uncertainty, but just look at the overall economic trendline. Despite that jagged political path, the economy's direction has stayed stubbornly, almost impressively, pointed upwards. So this isn't some simple story of democracy versus dictatorship. It's way more complicated. Think of it like a complex dance between three major players. You've got the military, the monarchy and its allied elites, and then the elected governments. Power just keeps shifting between them in this recurring cycle, which has created this kind of predictably unpredictable political backdrop. Okay, so with that political cycle just constantly churning in the background, how does the economy stay so strong? Well, the answer really comes down to three key pillars that create an incredibly solid foundation. The first pillar is arguably the most important one, and it's something that operates almost completely out of the spotlight. You can think of it as a kind of unseen government.
And this is exactly why it's so powerful. While the generals and the politicians are busy fighting for control in the capital, there's this professional class of administrators that just keeps the whole machinery of the state running. They're the ones making sure trade policies stay consistent, that investment boards keep meeting, that bridges and roads keep getting built. For any business, local or international, this provides a vital layer of predictability that basically insulates them from all the political drama.
So that bureaucracy provides stability from the inside. The second pillar, though, creates stability by looking outward. From day one, Thailand made a choice not to close itself off, but to plug itself deep into the global marketplace.
This chart pretty much says it all. Thailand is a manufacturing giant, a crucial link in global supply chains for everything from electronics to cars. The demand for all this stuff isn't coming from inside Thailand, it's coming from places like Tokyo, Berlin, and California. And frankly, people there don't really care who's in charge in Bangkok this week. That global demand acts like a powerful, steady engine for growth that's almost totally separate from domestic politics.
And finally, we have the third pillar. This is the one Thailand is most famous for, its massive, world-class tourism industry.
You know, this quote really just nails it. A tourist planning a trip to Phuket is thinking about the incredible beaches and the amazing food, not the day-to-day political situation. As long as things are generally safe on the ground, the visitors just keep on coming, and they bring with them a huge consistent flow of foreign money that helps keep the economy stable year in and year out.
So there we have it, our answer: a strong bureaucracy, global exports, and tourism. It sounds like a perfect success story, doesn't it? But this is where we have to dig a little deeper and add some really important nuance. Is this model of resilience really a success for everybody?
This slide lays out the trade-off in really stark terms. On the one hand, yeah, the things that create stability, like that powerful, unelected bureaucracy, give you predictability and investor confidence. But the flip side is that those same things prevent the kind of big policy changes a real democracy might demand. And that comes at a cost for the people. Democratic progress stalls out, inequality gets worse, and power ends up concentrated in the hands of urban elites. That stability that investors love can feel a whole lot different if you're an average citizen.
So after going through all that, what does this complex and, let's be honest, pretty strange story really tell us? We started with a puzzle, and here are the pieces that solve it. First, Thailand proves that political chaos doesn't automatically mean economic collapse. Second, we see that strong institutions can act as a buffer, and that deep connections to the global economy can be a massive stabilizing force. But maybe the most important takeaway here is that we always have to be critical of the term economic success. We have to ask the hard question: success for who exactly, and at what cost?
And that leaves us with one final, really challenging question to think about. The Thai model works by basically walling off the economy from the influence of politics. It makes you wonder about this fundamental tension between democratic freedom, with all of its messiness and uncertainty, and the kind of predictable stability that markets and economies seem to love. It's a huge question, and there's definitely no easy answer.